Now this is an extraordinary account here. Fabrengen Purim Tavshemem Hey. He just 1985. It says as follows. So the first, this is from a diary of one of the Bachrim at the time. So the first sikh, he spoke a lot about the obligation that each one has to devote himself to this nefesh, to Torah and Avodah, and to Mekarev now the Yid to Torah and mitzvahs. The end of the sikha, they returned to the poet, the famous poet, writer, the Tzvi Steinmetz. Tzvi Yair was the name, the pen name that he used. And the Rebbe told him to make l'chaim on a big cup. And as he's drinking the cup, the Rebbe is watching him until he finishes it. He's buried, by the way, right by the oil. You walk to the oil, you see he's buried there. A long description. He wrote beautiful poetry and works, Chassidus about the Rebbe and so on. Fascinating history. So the Rebbe is watching him, and the Elam is singing, and while they was looking at him, and the Rebbe is encouraging the singing stronger and stronger. When the poet finished the first cup, the Rebbe says to him, now take a second one. So again, this man was not a l'chaim drinker. And so the Tzvi is drinking the second cup, and the Rebbe is looking at him and making stronger and stronger, waiting till he finishes the whole kos. And when he finishes, the Rebbe goes like, bravo, bravo, that he drank the second cup of wine. Now, and the sikha which followed, they were spoke about the union of Chai Vinyash, the whole union that Purim, the union of Adalayad. And he said that those who are not Mekayim, the Tzivay on Purim, whatever reason, they can complete it on the Shabbos after Purim. That year wasn't a Friday, it was during the week. But the Shabbos after Purim, they can complete the mitzvah. For example, those who they avoid this Malachas HaKodesh, Malachas Shamayim, that they could not say L'chaim Adalayad because they have their avodah to do. It needs a day at Tzilulam Yesheves, a clear and settled mind. So they have a teretz that they could not be Mekayim Adalayad. For example, a Sefer, that his malach is Malachta Shemayim. So now the Sefer can be Mekayim the mitzvah on Shabbos without any fear that when he writes he's going to exchange a ches with a reish. He means a dalet with a reish, etc., which is a terrible mistake. When he finishes, the Rebbe turned to his left. And he said, I hope that the Sefer about whom I'm referring understands, and he will be with alacrity, with zrizus, he'll be mashlim the Adalayada, and he won't compel me to say his name and his mother's name. Who's he referring to? He's referring to the Blazer Zirkin Alav Shalom, the father of the Zirkin family in New York, the brother to our Rabbi Zirkin here in Montreal, Simcha.
Gershon's father.
Gershon's father. So this Blazer Zirkin, he used to stand by the Fabrengen, the top of the pyramid, which means you face the Rebbe, the right wall, the very top in the corner. This is the western corner, the furthest from the Aron HaKodesh. And around him were all of the Chevra, many guys that didn't speak Yiddish, only English. And when the Rebbe would finish his sikha, by the Nigunim, by Fabrengens, he must have had good hearing. And he was also a big Talmud Chacham, goes without saying. So Rabbi Zirkin would explain, give over the sikha. And I guess he chose to be dafka there, not to make a tumult. He was in the corner, like. So they meant him. So the end of the sikha, so Rabbi Zirkin got the message, and he says, L'chaim on the big cup. And then he said to the chev around him, that the last sikha apparently wasn't able to review properly because he was already Mekayim Adal YODA. And then the Rebbe said in the middle of the sikha to him, he said, because this was you'll hear, V'yirotzen, that through being Mekayim, is referring to by Zirkin, the mitzvah Adal YODA, he got special instructions how to write that I think he took to his grave. I don't know, maybe he wrote it somewhere, maybe the children know. had to write film, mezuzah, sefer Torah. So he rotzen that through him fulfilling the mitzvah of YODA, he should have great atzlacha in his avodah malach shamayim and his heavenly work throughout the entire year, with respect to the kashrus of all Sifrei Torah, and especially in the writing, which he was one of the Sofrim at least, if not this Sefer. The general Sifrei Torah, the Rebbe started a few years early, Tavshem Mem Beis, started with the children, and then a letter for each child in the Torah, and the next Rebbe extended it, that every person in the world should ever have a letter, many Sifrei Torah written over the years. So this was a few years into this mitzvah that we pushed constantly, that in the writing of this general Sifrei Torah, the purpose of which is to unite all Yidden until we merit to go together with all the Sifrei Torah and receive Mashiach Tzidkenu, and to go together with him Natzei Nakdosha, and to Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh, and to Har HaBayis, Har Beis Hashem B'mheira V'yameinu Mamash. This was the bracha that he got in this extraordinary moment, Purim 1985, Shabbos. Have a wonderful day, friends.